Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Marksinspiration. Glad you could join me here today. As always, hit that like button and subscribe before we begin. They tell me if I don't tell you to do it, you won't do it. I watch your videos all the time and I don't do it unless they tell me, and sometimes they tell me and I still don't do it. Even though I like the video and I know it helps them out, I don't know what it is about it. It's really easy. Just reach up and hit that like button. Leave a comment. Now I leave comments more than I actually hit the like button. So, and how much time does it take to leave a comment? Much more than it does to hit the like button. I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, I do the same thing. But reach up there and hit that like button and subscribe. Welcome to all my new subscribers, and thank you to my existing subscribers. That keeps me motivated, knowing that people are watching and people are getting value out of it. And if you'd like me to speak on a topic, leave a comment in the comment section. And we will begin with The Power Is Within, the book I wrote last year, available on Amazon. Get your copy today. I know it will be of value to you. Sometimes it's better to study books than it is to listen to them. I listen to a lot of books on YouTube, but it's different sometimes when you sit down and actually look at the words. I know I've listened to Neville Goddard's At Your Command hundreds of times, but yet when I read it, it's a little bit different for some reason. I think it exercises your brain more, and your brain is a muscle. So here we go. Chapter 10. Anything you want. Anything you want in life. What do you want in life? What do you want? Your brain has what is known as a reticular activating system. Have you ever bought a car, a red car, a blue car, not too many blue cars, green car, whatever, and after you bought that car, you saw them cars everywhere. Everywhere you looked, you saw those cars, but before, you never saw those cars. So were they there before? Yes, they were, but you didn't notice them. But once you bought the car, it activated your reticular activating system, and then you saw those cars. It's the same way with a goal. When you set a goal and start envisioning that in your mind, you'll start seeing opportunities and avenues for you to walk toward, to take advantage of, to achieve that goal. I don't know how it works, I just know that it does. So anything you want in life, you can have. Anything you sincerely want, that you will consistently desire. I remember when I was younger, loved motorcycles. I saw that movie Easy Rider. I'm sure some of you have heard this before. I was 9 years old and I wanted to be like those guys. A lot of you young guys wouldn't know what Easy Rider is, but you can look it up on YouTube. There were a couple of hippies that traveling across the country on their Harley Davidsons. And I thought that was great. Freedom. And I wanted to be like that. And from that time on, I dreamed about being like those guys. And I was like those guys when I turned 17 years old, 16, 17, 18. I was just like them. I was doing exactly what they did. That was a dream I had. Okay? I really enjoyed that type of lifestyle until I didn't. And I ended up getting in a little trouble and some fighting in a bar and almost went to jail. And it's in my other book, Coming Back Home, The True Adventure of Mark Daniels. That's a great book too. I know you would enjoy that. There's a lot of good life lessons in there. I shared my life, the challenges, the adventures, the trials, the excitement. It's a good book. Check it out. Anyway, here we go. Anything you want. Okay. As I write today, the thought occurred to me that I should have a couple more kids. I already have 8 and I'm 60 years old. I'm 61 now, but I think I want more. I'm not sure, maybe. Mark, you say, you're too old to have 2 more children. I say, look at Richard Gere. He's 71 and just had another child, and he had a kid a couple years ago and he was like, what, 68? Yeah, I'm not Richard Gere, but that's another guy I've always admired. When I seen him in Pretty Woman, I really liked his character there. Okay, I love that car too. He had a Lotus in that movie. I had never seen one of those before. Since then, I bought 2 of those cars. They're cool. They're a neat car. A little 4-cylinder, man, it's got some power. Those things are fast. They'll go about 160 miles an hour. And quickly too. Okay, Mark, you say, you're too old to have more children. Am I? Says who? Which guideline haven't I read and who wrote it? More importantly, why should I read it? All those people who say you have lived too many years to do something or another are the same who wonder at my vigor. Some of my most beloved heroes are the people I know who are still doing what they love to do into their 80s. Why shouldn't they? You have to do something with your time. Why not keep working until your time is up if you enjoy what you do? And I love what I do. Now, is that to say there aren't days that are challenging? Yesterday was a challenging day. Seemed like not everything went wrong, but there were a lot of things that I just couldn't understand why it was happening. I won't go into detail, but I try to look at those days as character building days because I want more. I mean, I'm happy with what I have. I have a wonderful life, but I want to achieve more. So to achieve more, you have to have character. So I look at those days as character building days. I don't really enjoy the character building, but then again, I don't always enjoy the weightlifting, but I love the result. And it's the same thing. If you have success, especially monetary success, without building character first, you're usually going to sabotage yourself or self-destruct or do something stupid, which ends up with self-destruction. My oldest son recently told me he had hurt his back somehow lifting weights, maybe. He wasn't sure. This is a regular occurrence with my kids, who are all very active and physical. My parents called it growing pains. when I was a kid, but it reminds me that children have just as many aches and pains as old people do. They just talk differently about it, and therefore believe differently. Believe differently. There's the key word. If I tell someone around my age that I've hurt myself, they say things like, "You're not as young as you used to be, better slow down," and the like. Kids, on the other hand, just keep on running, skateboarding, playing basketball, or whatever it was that got them hurt in the first place. Youth is no assurance against pain, and age is no assurance of disease or inability. I can do anything my kids can do, and in most cases outwork them. Why? Am I unique? No. I choose to believe that I can, therefore I can. As Henry Ford so famously said, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. Everyone gets to be right. What do you want to be right about? When you rise in the morning, do you say, "Man, I have to get up and go to work again"? Or do you say, "I can't wait to get up and go to work"? I don't say that every morning, but I try to tell myself, "I feel terrific." I almost do that every morning. And if I say it enough, I start to believe it. Or I believe something wonderful is happening for me today. And you say that with emotion. They say if you said your positive affirmations with the same energy and force that you use when you complain, you would be amazed how your life would open up and transform. And I believe that's true. Think about how much emotion you use next time you complain, as in comparison to what kind of emotion or level of emotion you use when you do your affirmations. Think about that. Okay, this is going to be another fantastic day. Incredible things are going to happen for me today. I did say those things today. I'm guessing it's the former. If you affirm the good, you will receive the good. Mark, you say, I've tried that positive thinking stuff. It didn't work for me. Did you now? For how long? Did you try it like you might try on a pair of pants? Didn't fit just right, so you just took them back off, not realizing that it was you who didn't fit. What I am describing is not something that you try. You must do it day after day, week after week, until it's a lifestyle. In school, you didn't learn your multiplication tables by trying them out. You studied them, recited them over and over again until they became part of you. You could recite them without thinking, without effort. Does that sound difficult? Would you believe me if I told you that you're already doing it? Most people create their lives by default based on the prevailing misconceptions of their time. They internalize all the negativity in the world around them. Those negatives become their beliefs, and then the world around them becomes those beliefs. What are you focusing on? How bad is your health? Uncertainty in the economy? Crime? Weather? What are you focusing on today? Whatever you focus on will grow in your experience. That's a psychological fact as well as a metaphysical fact. There's a story about a widow with 2 drops of oil in this big old black book. Okay, and then the prophet comes. The prophet is your imagination. Okay, he told her to focus on what she had, and she ended up filling her vessels full of oil. Because when you focus on what you have, you draw more into your life. If you focus on what you don't have, guess what you create in your life? Having less and less and less. To he who has, more will be given, and he who has not, even what he has, will be taken away. Because it's what you focus on. Why do you think it's easy for people who grow up in rich families to maintain riches or to become richer? Because they didn't grow up with parents saying, I don't know how we're going to pay these bills. There's never enough. We don't have a money tree. We're not Rockefellers. Those rich people are crooks, etc., etc., etc. They talk about money as if it's bad, or that people who have money, that they're bad people. But yet, these very same people can never get enough money, and they always want more. They talk badly about money, but they want a lot of money. It's not going to work. You can't talk badly about money, talk badly about people who have money, and then expect to draw more of that into your life. You can't focus on, yeah, I can't pay my bills, I am never going to have enough, etc., etc., etc. There's more month than there is money. Is that how they say it? There's all these sayings. You have to focus on what you have and think well about money. If you want more money in your life, think good thoughts about money, not bad thoughts. Don't think about how you can't pay your bills. Think about the luxury life you live compared to 85% of the people in the world. And if you live here in the U.S., even if you're on welfare, living in subsidized housing, you live better than most of the people in the world. You don't know that because you don't have a comparison. If you lived in a third world country for a while, which I did for 6 years, you realize how good you have it. Live without a washer, without a dryer. Some people even have dishwashers that are on I'll say welfare. I don't think that's the word they use now. But so you have it good. Focus on how good you have it, not how bad. What is it? 85% of the people in the world don't have a car. Even the poor people in the U.S. have cars. As I said, the poor people are rich compared to 85% of the world. You just don't realize it because you've grown up around this and you feel this entitlement. I felt it too. Did I ever appreciate a washer and dryer? No, I never did, until I lived without one for several years and a refrigerator. Then you know how good you have it. But it's all relative to what you're used to. If you're used to having all these things, you take them for granted. You don't appreciate them. I've done the same. All right, I got to get to work. That's all I got time for today. Thank you for joining me, and I appreciate you guys. And like I said, leave a comment in the comment section if you'd like me to speak on something, or if you have a question, I'll be glad to answer it. Have a great day.